channel. Stock market in your pocket. Today, we will decode Sensex.
The Indian stock market is enormous and highly volatile. It is not that easy for beginners or new investors to keep a track on each and every stock of the entire stock market universe. Here, market indices such as Sensex come into picture, which comprises the best stocks which represent the whole or a part of a specific sector of the Indian stock market. It also assists the investors to easily make coherent and articulate investment decisions timely.
What is BSE Sensex?
Sensex stands for Stock Exchange Sensitive Index. It is one of the oldest indices of India, which consists of 30 selected stocks of the companies which are listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange of India. These selected 30 stocks belong to some of the largest corporations and thus are the most actively traded stocks. BSE has the full authority to keep revising the list of 30 stocks over time. The composition of Sensex generally undertakes a half-yearly reconstitution in June and December every year. Sensex is very crucial to gauge the market movements, which further enables investors to make rational investment decisions. It also helps to understand the overall sentiment of economy and industry-specific developments. For instance, if Sensex shows an upward trend, then investors prefer buying more stocks as this gives a clear sign that the economy is growing.
What is Bombay Stock Exchange?
Sensex is an integral part of the Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE. To move further on knowing about Sensex, it is important to understand about the BSE first. The BSE is one of the oldest stock exchanges of India, which was founded back in 1875. BSE allows trading across all the segments including equity, derivatives, debt, mutual funds, currencies and so on. It has always been a pioneer in shaping and developing the capital market of India.
How does Sensex work?
The BSE Sensex is a stock index that tracks the performance of 30 of India's largest and most actively traded firms listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. It provides a rapid snapshot of the stock market's performance and is often used as a benchmark for the market's overall performance. It serves as a barometer of the Indian economy.
How are Sensex stocks selected?
Stocks should satisfy following 5 requirements to be included in Sensex. First, all these stocks should be listed on BSE. Second, stock has to be either large cap or mega cap. Large cap companies have a market capitalization between 7,000 to 20,000 crore rupees. Mega cap companies have a market capitalization above 20,000 crore rupees. Third, the revenue or earning of the company should come from its main activities. Fourth, companies must help to keep a specific sector balanced in parallel to the Indian equity market. Fifth, stocks should be having higher liquidity and active trades.
What are the major factors affecting changes in Sensex?
Global economy conditions. If the global conditions are favorable, then the Sensex will show upward moves and thus investors will feel more confident in putting money into the stock market. There will be the exact opposite situation if the global conditions get worse. Inflation. Inflation has a direct effect on Sensex. In inflation, there is a rise in the price of goods and services, which will leave the investors with less funds to invest in the stock markets. Also, the companies will have higher cost of production, thus there will be a downturn in the Sensex. Changes in interest rates. Increase in interest rates leads to a decline in index performance, as higher rates would increase the lending cost, and this will further put pressure on the company's performance.
Which are the 30 companies that constitute Sensex?
Going by the alphabetic order, the list would be Asian Paints, Axis Bank, Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, Bharti Airtel, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, HCL Technologies, HDFC Bank, Hindustan Unilever Limited, ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank, Infosys, ITC Limited, JSW Steel, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Larsen and Toubro, Mahindra and Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki, Nestle India, NTPC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, Power Grid Corporation of India, Reliance Industries Limited, State Bank of India, Sun Pharma, Tata Consultancy Services, Tech Mahindra, Titan Company, Ultratech Cement.
I want to buy Sensex. Can I buy Sensex?
Well, since Sensex is an index and not a share of any company, you cannot buy and own Sensex. However, that does not mean you cannot invest in Sensex. There are a number of mutual funds and exchange-traded funds through which you can invest in Sensex. But remember that, when you invest in Sensex, you actually invest in the 30 companies that constitute Sensex.
Can you talk about some of the milestones of Sensex?
Sure. On 25th July 1990, the Sensex touched the four-digit figure for the first time and closed at 1001 in the wake of a good monsoon and excellent corporate results. On 31st March 1992, the famous Harshad Mehta-led buying took Sensex to 4285. However, as soon as the Harshad Mehta scam unfolded, by the end of 1992, Sensex was back at around 2000. On 11th October 1999, the Sensex crossed the 5000 mark as the BJP-led coalition won the majority in the 13th Lok Sabha election. On 11th February 2000, the information technology boom helped the Sensex to cross the 6000 mark and hit an all-time high of 6006 points. This record would stand for nearly 4 years, until 2nd January 2004, when the Sensex closed at 6026.59 points. On 20th June 2005, the news of the settlement between the Ambani brothers boosted investor sentiments and the scrips of RIL, Reliance Energy, Reliance Capital and IPCL made huge gains. This helped the Sensex cross 7,000 points for the first time. On 8th September 2005, the Bombay Stock Exchange's benchmark 30-share index, the Sensex, crossed the 8,000 level following brisk buying by foreign and domestic funds in early trading. The Sensex on 28 November 2005 crossed 9,000 and touched a peak of 9,000.32 points during mid-session at the Bombay Stock Exchange on the back of frantic buying spree by foreign institutional investors and well supported by local operators as well as retail investors. However, it was on 9th December 2005 that the Sensex first closed at over 9,000 points. The Sensex on 6th February 2006 touched 10,003 points during mid-session. The Sensex finally closed above the 10,000 mark on 7th February 2006. The Sensex on 29th October 2007 crossed the 20,000 mark for the first time during intraday trading, but closed at 19,977.67 points. However, it was on 11th December 2007 that it finally closed at a figure above 20,000 points on the back of aggressive buying by funds. 13th March 2014, the Sensex closes higher than the Hang Seng Index to become the major Asian stock market index with the highest value for the first time ever. The Sensex crossed record 25,000 level for the first time on 16th May 2014 and reached its peak of 25,364.71 due to winning of the BJP-led NDA government by a staggering record marginal difference of all times. However, it closed well below the 25,000 mark. Still, the index closed at its all-time high of 24,121.74 for its first close above 24,000 points. 4th March 2015, the Sensex breaches 30,000 mark following steps taken by the Reserve Bank of India in cutting the repo rates. 17th January 2018, the Sensex closed at 35,081.82 for its first close above the 35,000 level. 23rd May 2019, the Sensex crossed 40,000. At 10:45 a.m. for the first time when Lok Sabha election results were getting published. 4th December 2020, the Sensex crossed 45,000 mark with an all-time high of 45,033 at around 10:30 a.m. 21st January 2021, the Sensex crossed 50,000 mark with an all-time high of 50,181 at around 1:31 p.m. 24th September 2021, The Sensex crossed 60,000 mark with an all-time high of 60,218 at around 9:30 am. 11th December 2023, the Sensex crossed 70,000 mark with an all-time high of 70,057.83 at around 10:25 am. At the time of making this video, Sensex was trading at 74,000.
Are there any major falls in Sensex index?
The world economy faced a major crisis between 2008 and 2009 with a fall in the Dow Jones Industrial Average in its intraday trading, leading to a stock market crash. This crash also affected India's stock market adversely and led to a loss of 1408 points on 21st January 2008, which was its highest since its inception. The next day the index went into a downward spiral with trading suspended for an hour. From January to November 2008, the index continued to drop consistently, throwing the entire market into uncertainty. In October 2008, the market closed at 8,509 points, its lowest in the last 10 years. Again, in 2009, the index dropped by almost 750 points due to Satyam fraud, which threw the market into turmoil. Then, in early 2020, due to COVID-19, the index fell around 40% over a couple of months. However, the recovery of market was very quick and all the losses were recovered in an year.
How much would I have earned if I had invested in Sensex on the day of its inception?
The Sensex was launched in 1979, but actual trading began only in 1986. Since inception, the Sensex has returned a CAGR of about 17% per annum, including dividends. In simple terms, if you had invested a 20,000 rupees in Sensex in 1986 and you would have done nothing but shown patience till date. Today, in 2024, it would have grown to a whopping 1 crore and 6 lakh rupees. That would be it for this video. If you are new to stock market and want to invest, click the link in the description below to open a stock market trading and investing account. Subscribe the channel for more informative videos on stock market. Happy investing!